Everyone experiences times in their lives when they feel as though they are mired in a rut. It may seem impossible to make progress when you first begin to feel as though you are trapped in a loop. But after you've determined what's causing this sensation, you'll be able to take steps to confront it head-on. Welcome to Aim High. We are sharing our strategy to get out of the loop, so you can get started bettering your life. So what does it look like to be in a rut? Here are some indications that you might be suffering through this stage. You used to get a lot of enjoyment out of some activities, but now you don't anymore. You have the desire to be creative, but you just can't seem to come up with anything inspiring to do. In spite of the fact that you are successfully completing your obligations, you continue to have the impression that you are making no progress. You find that you are unable to motivate yourself to engage in any constructive activity whenever you have free time. You have a recurring daydream of escaping from your current circumstance. You begin to experience feelings of jealousy toward other people. You are constantly bored, even when participating in enjoyable activities. Your mental health is deteriorating, and you prefer spending more time alone by yourself over hanging out with your friends. Identify how deep you are in the loop. No two people will experience the same loop. It's possible that some people will start to realize that they are in a pinch. They make a minor course correction and swiftly find themselves back on course. Others, on the other hand, can be stuck in a rut for many years before they recognize what the problem is. And by the time they do, it might be more difficult to alter one's path in order to move in the desired direction. If you find yourself to be the one who got lost and need help, try to hold on to the emotion you have of being boxed in or cornered by the situations you're in right now, so you can evaluate it when you first become aware of it. Ask yourself questions like, since when have you been experiencing this sensation? Is this something that has only lately come up for you to deal with? Or is this an issue that you have been struggling with for a very long time but are just now noticing? More importantly, what kinds of emotions are being triggered as a result of this change in thinking? While being in a rut might feel similar throughout the spectrum and indicate a lack of satisfaction in one's life, there are various feelings that can be felt when you recognize that you are in fact in a rut. It's possible that among them are frustration, others might be anger, and yet others are just going through a depression that they can't seem to get out of. It is essential to take note of this final point, since some people may have all that they desire, yet they may be struggling with a significant problem related to their mental health, such as depression. Depression is associated with symptoms such as a loss of interest in normally pleasurable activities, feelings of exhaustion, hopelessness, and sorrow, and a neglect of employment and other responsibilities. If you are not struggling with clinical depression, the good thing is that you probably just need to make some adjustments to your lifestyle before you can get back to feeling like your old, cheerful self. It is essential that you find the assistance that you require if you are coping with a kind of depression. If any life adjustments are required, you will be in a better position to deal with them after you have conquered your sadness. Figure out why you are sick. It's possible that being stuck in a rut is an indication that your entire life has to be reevaluated, but this isn't always the case. At times, we could feel as though we are stuck in a rut at work, yet when we are out with friends or at home, we might feel completely fine. On the other hand, we could experience a feeling of being buried in a cycle in our personal life while being extremely pleased with the advancements that we have made in our work lives. You need to take a detailed review of your current life scenario in order to identify the areas in which you are not obtaining your needs. This is true regardless of if your loop is indicative of a problem with your entire life, or simply a problem in a single or several aspects of it. Using the long life structure, which outlines the primary elements of life which individuals may desire to work at, in order to feel peace in all parts of life, is the simplest approach to accomplish this goal. Using this framework will also be the most effective strategy. This particular resource places an emphasis on the following components of everyday life: health, including body, mind, and spirit; loved ones and close companions; professional prosperity; and wealth and money. You could begin by looking over each of these elements of your life and questioning yourself: am I completely content in this particular sphere? If the answer is no, spend some time to think of ways in which you may enhance the performance of that part. Make a goal and set small steps. Now that you have your findings from the previous step, you need to build a plan based on the fundamental reasons behind your bad emotions. This strategy needs to be quite clear and should include a number of achievable goals. Aim for lower targets. Why low targets? Because it is harder to measure progress when working for a broad objective. Imagine if you discovered in the previous step that you are extremely unhappy with your appearance, and as a result, you are considering setting a goal such as, I want to improve my physical health. However, rather than focusing on the overall achievement of this goal, it is preferable to break it down into a series of smaller, more manageable objectives. Consider it in light of the following. Make a list of the foods you typically eat. Determine which of these are regarded as being unhealthy. Substitute one or two of these with something that is better for your health and stick to it for a set amount of time that you think is manageable. Start going on walks, either once or twice a week, or whatever your schedule leaves time for. This is really the same target, but it appears to be much more within reach. When you break a larger objective down into a few smaller ones, this makes monitoring your progress a lot simpler. Your strategy must have specific, quantifiable, and realistic objectives in order to be considered complete. This will help you maintain your motivation, rather than causing you to get immobilized by the sheer magnitude of the objective you have set for yourself. Taking baby actions like these can eventually show you that there is a way through the rut that you've been stuck in. Let us know in the comments what your goal is, and how you broke it down into smaller steps. And if you want to do us a huge favor, consider subscribing to the channel. Humans are social animals. Another challenging aspect of getting out of a loop is that we often attempt to do so by ourselves. Humans frequently disregard the fact that we are in fact social animals, and believe that doing everything on our own is the proper course of action. We are more honest with others on a personal and professional level. We have greater success, greater happiness, and less stress when working together and sharing our plan. Planning with the appropriate individuals assures the following things for you. It puts yourself to the test and applies sufficient pressure for you to carry out your intentions. Makes you face your fears head-on, instead of running from them. It assures you that you don't forget to think creatively. And it makes sure you include concepts that sound absurd or irrational. Be grateful. If you want to get out of a rut, there is one more thing you can do, and you should do to break out of it. Finding things that you like about your environment is one way to combat the victim mentality and take back control of your life. Everything that you are fortunate to possess that not everyone else does, you should feel gratitude for. When you are in the middle of experiencing a wide range of positive feelings, it is difficult to have the perception that you are confined in any way. When you make the decision that you want to make a change in your life, maintaining a positive attitude is a good place to start because it will help you stay motivated. These are things you can start today. However, execution of the plan is where it all begins. This point cannot be highlighted enough. Put everything you're having trouble with in writing, and then develop a solution that's both practical and achievable. Recognize that this will be a lengthy process, and approach it one step at a time. Make sure you get enough sleep, that is your top priority. Spend your time with the people who matter to you the most. Individuals who contribute positively to the joy you feel in your life. Even though you may believe that you are unable to spread happiness because you are fully immersed in a rut, you should still make an effort to do so. The feeling of joy can be passed on in a variety of settings. Thank you for watching. We hope you will consider these steps and take back control of your life. Consider subscribing and leaving a like. And we will be happy to see you in our next video.